Coming up on This is Arlington.
We'll see how Student Council are showing appreciation to teachers and an inside look at AHS Open House.
Also, stay tuned for how baseball is preparing for the upcoming season.
Welcome to This is Arlington, your source for all things Tigers. I'm Sebastian Oliveros.
And I'm Bailey Rye. Let's dive in. Last Friday, Arlington High School opened its doors to the community for a special open house event. Arlington residents and families from surrounding areas were invited to explore everything the school has to offer, from academic programs and advanced courses to clubs, athletics, and student organizations. Visitors got a first-hand look at the opportunities available to students. Teachers, staff, and student leaders were on hand to answer questions and share their experiences, giving future students a clearer picture of what their high school journey could look like. The event focused on connection, transparency, and showcasing the bright future that awaits the next generation at Arlington High School.
And it's almost time to say goodbye to our senior class. The class of 2026 is on its way to graduation, and many are about to say goodbye to education. But some are about to go a step beyond and pursue a college education at university like UT Martin or U of M. These seniors are now getting ready for the final steps in their education. Many students have begun preparations for their post-secondary education. In these final days, many seniors have locked in where they plan to go and what they plan to do. Whether they feel ready, however, is another question. College requires you to be ready for tough challenges, whether it could be academically or socially.
Well, I don't know if there's a disadvantage to each. It really depends on the student and what their interests are. And all of them have advantages. I mean, some students want to start out at a community college and do 2 years there and kind of grow from that and then go to a four-year school. Others want to go directly to a four-year university. Others choose a specific trade.
Student Council spread the love this past Valentine's season with a project called Heart Attacks. Heart Attacks are a creative way for students to show appreciation to teachers. Student Council members cut out paper hearts and handwritten positive messages on each one. Then students secretly place the hearts on teachers' class doors as a surprise. Each teacher receives about 5 personalized cutouts filled with kind and encouraging words. The goal is to brighten teachers' days and remind them how valued they are.
We just wanted our teachers to feel appreciated and recognized for all the things they do. It's a small gesture, but it means a lot to them.
National Honor Society held a fundraiser for Valentine's Day candy. Students were able to buy either $1 or $3 bag of candy during their lunch periods. These bags of candy could be sent anonymously to their friends, themselves, or to their significant others. Students also had an option to leave a sweet note on their bag of candy. This fundraiser succeeded heavily to help out NHS. Abigail Cronow, a member of the club, speaks on how successful this fundraiser really is and what the money is being put to use for.
Yeah, so NHS, we raised roughly around $140. That is going into our account so we can spend the money on graduation stoles and NHS certificates and membership cards because those prices have gone up this year. So we, in order for everybody that's recently joined NHS to be able to get their stoles and their certificates, we needed to find a fundraiser.
Ahead of the final home basketball game, AHS came together in the gym for a pep rally, turning a normal afternoon into something a lot louder. Students from every grade packed into the bleachers as the pep rally got underway. Classes competed in events like human curling, a basketball-style version of musical chairs. The rally also spotlighted the Winterfest court and winter sport teams as the seasons continued. As the games moved along, it became less about who won and more about the energy inside the gym. For a little while, the entire school shared the same space and the same focus.
I think it's important, like I said earlier, it just brings the entire student body together. It's very rare that all 1,500 of us pack into one spot and get to celebrate each other and enjoy being with the entire school at once.
We're taking a look at the new football facility and the future plans for it. People are excited for the new facility and can't wait to see what it brings to the school. The football players and coaches are patiently waiting for its grand opening in April. The new facility will have a ribbon-cutting ceremony once it is complete. Principal Davis talks about how the facility opens new opportunities for other sports as well.
Is considered a football facility, but that doesn't mean that other sports can't use it, say, in their off season. The good thing about the facility is that it opens up the old facility that football's in, which then becomes available to other sports. So even though the new facility is basically for football, the other facility then becomes available for our other athletics.
Varsity Winter Guard came in second in their first competition of the season last weekend in Hernando. After months of learning drill and perfecting tosses, the team is in the final stages of preparation. With nerves building and lofty expectations, the team went into the first competition with high hopes. Gracie Walker, a member of Color Guard, says bonding during long practices helps build the connection needed to win.
In a sport like this where it's like so much competitiveness always going on because like you're comparing yourself to other teams while you're also comparing inside the team, you need to have a really good bond and like being able to work well as a team because this is a team sport. You have to work together. Like you're not going to get any results if you're playing for yourself.
And as we come into March, we continue to reflect on Black History Month, a time set aside to recognize and celebrate the contributions of African Americans to society. Tiger Life reporter Joshua Johnson went around school quizzing students on Black history trivia.
Thanks to Beyonce, Black excellence has been in the mainstream for multiple years. In honor of Black History Month, I asked Arlington students Black History Month trivia questions. The March on Washington took place in which city? Montgomery, Alabama, Chicago, Illinois, Washington, D.C., or Memphis, Tennessee?
Alabama. Montgomery? Washington, D.C.
Would it be C? Oh, yeah, hell yeah.
The March on Washington, D.C.
Rosa Parks famously refused to give up her seat in which state? Mississippi, Alabama, New York, or Tennessee?
Mississippi.
Alabama.
Alabama. Correct. Mississippi.
Which artist has the most Grammys ever? Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, Mariah Carey, or Beyonce?
Michael Jackson.
Beyonce.
Aretha Franklin.
Beyonce. You said always Beyonce.
Michael Jackson.
When did Black History Month become nationally recognized? 1996, 2008, 1976, or 1988?
1988.
1988.
1988.
1988.
1988, right? 1988, right?
Can we redo this? No, for real.
First officially recognized in 1976, Black History Month is celebrated each February, but its impact extends far beyond a single month. It honors the achievements of African Americans. While Black History Month may be over, the impact is still being felt. Our students take a closer look at how much the community continues to honor and celebrate Black history.
My favorite moment about Black History Month is just learning about all the different characters we had throughout the years and just learning their history and what they did to impact the world.
National news this week has been dominated by the U.S. airstrikes on Iran. Bailey Rye has a wrap-up of the attack and reaction in the U.S. Bailey?
The United States and Israel have attacked Iran. Airstrikes began around 9:45 Saturday morning, Iranian time. The strikes follow months of protests in Iran against the regime, where an estimated 30,000 protesters have been killed by government forces. Early attacks killed Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, and at least 40 other top government officials and military commanders. Strikes targeted regime leadership, missiles and drone factories, and launch sites. Iran retaliated, launching missiles and drones. Several U.S. bases in the region were targeted. Iranian missiles and drones also hit cities in Israel, Saudi Arabia, Oman, and the United States Arab Emirates. Jen Sullivan has details.
Smoke filling the air in Iran's capital of Tehran Saturday. On the ground, flames and people screaming. This is the aftermath of a massive and coordinated missile attack launched by the U.S. and Israel.
It's very dangerous outside. Bombs will be dropping everywhere.
when we are finished, take over your government.
President Donald Trump confirming the joint attack in a video post. Both Israel and the U.S. saying strikes were necessary to destroy the threat of Iran's nuclear program.
The aim is to put an end to the threat of Iran regime.
One of the targets was the compound of Iran's supreme leader. Trump issuing this stern warning to the country's military and police.
Lay down your arms. You will be treated fairly with total immunity, or you will face certain death.
In response, Iran launching a wave of retaliatory strikes on U.S. and Israel targets across the Middle East, including a U.S. military base in Bahrain, seen under a plume of smoke in this video.
We are actually attacking the American bases in the act of self-defense.
Similar scenes of Iran's retaliatory attacks over Qatar.
Now we're seeing 4 additional, what we believe are missiles from Iran being shot down above us.
The U.S. and Israeli strikes come on the heels of massive protests across Iran, calling for the end of the Islamic regime. Thousands of people were reported killed by Iranian security forces during the unrest. The United Nations Secretary General posting on X, he condemns the use of force by the United States and Israel against Iran, and went on to say it undermines international peace and security. He also condemned Iran's response. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
International reaction to the Iranian strikes have been mixed. Dmitry Medvedev, deputy chairman of Russia's Security Council, condemned the attacks, calling them irresponsible. Many countries, including China, Germany, France, and the UK, call for all parties to exercise restraint and avoid escalation. Countries in the region broadly condemned Iran's retaliation of firing missiles targeting their cities. In the U.S., political reaction mostly fell on party lines, with most congressional Republicans supporting the action, while most Democrats condemned the strikes as unlawful.
Any justification for these preemptive strikes, and so we'll continue to look for information that they owe the American people to suggest that there was intelligence indicating that Iran was prepared to strike the United States.
The administration has followed the War Powers Act. The president does have authority under Article 2 to conduct these limited strikes and operations. And presidents of both parties have used these authorities for decades. The fact is that Iran, as the greatest state sponsor of terror, the threat needed to be eliminated. Not just its nuclear ambitions, but its ballistic missiles program, its funding of terrorism, and the oppression and slaughter of its own people.
Both pro and anti-war protests formed across the country over the weekend. This was a scene in Washington, D.C. Hundreds of protesters waved Iranian flags and danced in the street, celebrating the attacks and the death of Ayatollah. Many people applauded the President Donald Trump and Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's decision to attack Tehran and eliminate the country's leadership. This was a scene in Los Angeles. Anti-war protesters gathered to denounce the U.S. and Israeli government actions. They argued the military action is a waste of money. In Nashville, groups formed with some praising President Trump and others protesting what they fear could lead to a wider war. Liz Destance has reports.
Iranian Americans in Nashville describe the U.S.'s mission into Iran as surreal.
We could not even think that this will happen in less than 24 hours for them to take over and kill 40 top leaders of the Iranian regime. So I'm so speechless and just so happy to be living in today.
We've been asking for this help for pretty much 50 years and we never got it. And we got it. And in a matter of 10 hours.
Hope for change is now closer than it's been in decades for Iranians who fled a regime they say was run through oppression and murder, especially in the last 2 months.
They killed more than 40,000 people. We believe they killed more than 100,000 people. I have so many friends and family in Iran. Every single one of them you talk with, they have some kids die.
But across town, anti-war protesters expressed a very different reaction. This group is opposed to any U.S. military action in Iran, saying they want tax dollars spent on families and education, not violence and war.
My whole life, I've watched us send Southern American citizens to war, not knowing if they'll come back, and I'm tired of it.
Many of these Iranian Americans who told us they fled to the U.S. after atrocities under their home country's regime thanked President Trump, the U.S., and Israel.
No other country stand up till this happened today. And for the first time in 47 years in a history, somebody actually came to rescue us. Thank you, President Trump. That's all I can say, that in the bottom of my heart.
The airstrikes and Iranian retaliation are continuing as we speak.
Well, Bailey, as we heard earlier in the show, our graduation day is coming soon.
Yeah.
So I was just trying to see how your senior year has been, if it's been memorable. How has high school been, honestly?
I feel like high school as a whole has been like okay. I'm definitely more. I remember when I started senior year, I like wasn't ready to leave, and I was like kind of sad that I was leaving. But now I feel like I'm like ready to go. I feel like I've paid my dues and I'm done for. What about you?
I mean, I feel like it's definitely been memorable, but I have a lot of goals set for my future, and I think that there's going to be a good step and of course a big step.
For sure.
So yeah, I'm ready to graduate.
For sure.
Well, that's all for today, Tigers. On This Is Arlington.
Remember to turn on post notifications so you don't miss new episodes.
And be sure to look out for Tiger Life's upcoming live stream broadcast.
Thanks for tuning in.
And have a good week.